So let's take a little bit of a detour back to you. You
Yeah,
became CEO this past year, or was it a year ago that you took over
as in
formally?
February.
As
Yeah,
of February?
earlier this year.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And maybe I've followed you a little bit, and I know some of like these signs that are behind you. I know what's important to you and the quality and the ethic, but maybe talk a little bit about your leadership style and what you think you bring to that CEO position.
Yeah, I would think my style, or the people I work with that know me, know that, I think in our business, I'd say in our business, I think just in leadership, as you move up the ranks, I think the egos ultimately are what get leaders. And I think that's ultimately what brings people down. And, I've really tried to focus on, bringing optimism to the table, bringing gratitude to the table. Our founders, Jim and Dan, are a company that they want to share the company. We're employee owned. So all of the employees have shares, but we've tried to do more things to show that we care for our people. Like we started profit sharing, quarterly profit sharing, which was something new that we started about maybe 2.5 years ago. We just gave out our largest profit sharing, or one of our largest profit sharing checks ever, after our Q3 results. So, if anything, I think I've probably tried to share more of what our founder and our former CEO and now chairman of the board, Jim Hobart, which is more about Sciton cares and Sciton wants to share with the people. And, when someone does well, you want to reward them. When the company does well, you want to reward them, versus I think the, CEOs of the world have this probably bad reputation of they're driving around in Ferraris and Lamborghinis and don't care about people. And while there's probably some truth to some of that, I think we all know that there are companies that truly care about their people, and rather than taking all the money and pocketing it. And candidly, Jim Hobart's the majority shareholder. He could take it all. There's no one makes us give profit sharing checks. No one makes us, share with the people. He ultimately could do what he wants, but he doesn't want the money. I mean, another thing that I've really been tasked with was, we're a 23. I always say we're a 23-year-old pre-IPO startup. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time, but now one of our objectives is to go public. And the big reason for that is it helps our people. If we, as a private company, you don't have the same equity opportunities as a public company. And so the number one reason we're going public would be we want to help our people. There's other benefits too, obviously, like raising capital, but the number one reason we're doing it is to help our people.
But do you worry about losing some of that ethic? Because there's not too many CEOs of publicly traded companies that have signs behind them that say help others and and are actively promoting profit sharing to their employees, right? So,
yeah.
Is that a worry that your culture? I mean, the company has developed such a strong culture, and I think that personally, I think that's what part of why that spills over to the clientele and what people notice mostly about Sciton. But do you worry that you'll lose that?
Yeah, no, I do. That's something that certainly keeps me up at night, and we've thought a lot about, and when we talk about protecting our culture. How do we, go public? How do we become a public company but still protect our culture? And I think we've got, ways we can do that, but that is certainly a focus. Is we can't get away from who we are. We can't have investors come in and totally change the company that, or all of the things that's made us successful for 23 years. I think part of it's just being mindful of that. It's, asking and talking about that, like the question you just asked me all the time. Are we protecting our culture? Are we still looking out for our people? We have things like, our Sciton values. We have bookmarks that everybody has that have our do the right thing credo. And it's, it starts off with, trust and value people, have a heart, be kind, lead with love, be grateful, to give as they get. And we try to keep this stuff, front and center and top of mind, so we don't get away from it. Because, to answer your question, yeah, I worry about it. I worry about it a lot.
I mean, I think it needs to be stressed. That's really pretty amazing. I mean, you are at the kind of at the core, you're a laser company, and you've got a motto that says "Lead with love."
Yeah.
And
yeah.
What an example to other companies as to how to lead and how to be leaders and really affect change in a positive way, and both your employees as well as your clientele, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one things we talk about is people ask me. I remember someone asked me this question years ago, and they said, "What would you put first, your people, or your customers?" And I didn't have to think a second about it. Our people definitely come first, because if we don't take care of our people, there's no way they're going to take care of our customers. But if you have happy people, and I can tell you, I've learned that from Southwest Airlines, and I don't think I don't even know if Southwest even flies into Canada, so you may not know them very well, but they're an airline based out of Dallas, and their whole philosophy was based on their culture and taking care of their people. And they're an example. I would say we are the Southwest Airlines of the aesthetic industry, where we put our people first. We know our customers are important. We wouldn't be here without them. But we know that if we take care of our people, that they ultimately take care of our customers. And we definitely put our people first.
So is that your leadership style?
I would say that. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think, my title is the CEO, but I think I'm more the chief culture officer. I mean, I think I'm more on, I just have to protect the culture. And if the two big things would be, how do I make us a public company, and how do I make sure I protect the culture along the way? And we have those conversations. It's funny you're asking that, because we have that conversation every week on the leadership. We have a weekly leadership meeting, and protecting our culture is a weekly topic.
So talk about those signs behind you then. What do they mean to you?
Yeah. So these, so I start off with the mindset. I'm always a believer that, controlling your mind. I always tell people, I think we're all in sales. Some people go, I'm not in sales. And I'm like, no, everybody's in sales, because every morning you wake up and you tell yourself something. You either tell yourself the world's terrible, the world's great, my job sucks, my job's great. Every morning you're waking up and you're selling yourself something. So I think to me, the foundation, and I can tell you, I've always told people that I believe one of the reasons I've been successful is because I keep my mind right. Even when things are going wrong, you got to control your mind. So, there's mindset. I believe in working hard. And even as a CEO, I think you got to work as hard, if not harder than everybody else. If you're not working hard, the people around you won't work hard. And the one thing I think that gets missed in business is you have to focus on helping people. And I think that's kind of one of the missed pieces. Is I think investors look for revenue. They want to see top line growth. And in some cases, it's whatever it takes to get there. And I think along the way, you forget you got to help people along the way. And I'm a firm believer in a quote from Zig Ziglar, and it's you can have everything you want in life if you just help other people first. And on all of my emails, and people see it all the time, it's something I definitely preach. And the one I don't know if you can see is it over there, which is results. And I think results matter. We can always talk about reasons and excuses, but at the end of the day, and if Sciton's going to become a publicly traded company, we need products that produce results. And that's why our tagline under our logo is because results matter. And we know that if we can build a product that really produces results that isn't just okay, then we think we'll be fine. And we think we'll do well. So those are 4 things I've talked about all the time. And, every morning when I wake up and come into my office, those are the 4 things I'm thinking about every day.